Hello, my loves. Welcome. Today we are doing a month ahead look at the month of June. I do kind of have a new camera setup. Well, the camera setup not so much, but the mic setup. So let me know if the cards and all that jazz is too noisy. But we're going to get right into it. If you're following me on Patreon, you're getting this at the top of the month. If not, you may be getting it a week later, but I do trust that these will reach you in divine timing. But if you do want to be a part of my Patreon community, check out the link in the description bar. But make sure you find some time to sit with your ancestors, spirit guides, and angels, and you say a prayer so that you receive all the messages that you need to hear and receive from this message, and that you're able to take empowered action. Ashe. But let's get into it. Hello, ancestors, spirit guides, and angels, or let me do a quick little script. So I'm here to deliver messages to the collective that will be receiving this month ahead. A look at the month of June 2024. If there's any information or insights you would like this collective to have, I'm here to deliver it to you. Thank you. So what is going to be on our radars? Okay. So some of us were going to be making some type of judgment call into what is not working, right? There's something that we've been investing in for quite some time. You know what I mean? Again, there's a memory, there's an image, there's a desire to make something work with this Six of Cups, but it just has not been working. And it's funny I'm not seeing the cards here, but I'm getting transmutation is like absolutely necessary. I heard the word transmutation, right? So taking it from the top, judgment card followed by the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Again, this is a judgment call. You know what I mean? You reap what you sow. There's some type of process that we've been invested in, that we've been working with for quite some time. And this may even be like a belief system. You know what I mean? With the Pentacles, it's usually something that we can put our hands on, something that we've been working on, something that's taken a lot of time. And we've been trying to build this building of success, of happiness, of, I heard the word control. With the Six of Wands in reverse, we're trying to get here, but we're not getting here, right? But again, what I'm getting is that there's some type of transmutation process, because we have these expectations of what the past was like, or what worked for us in the past, or the memory of X, Y, and Z. You know, it feels very nostalgic, maybe even Cancer and energy. You know what I mean? We do move into Cancer later on in the month of June. But this World card is like, what have we learned from that history? What have we learned from this process? All the while of what has not been working? And what can we stop muscling? What can we stop forcing? What can we stop trying to control? Right? Strength card in reverse. I heard that word. Once we tap into, you know, I can't control this, but this is what I'm building towards. These are the conversations that I need to have. And I really do feel like this is just a perspective shift with the Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Right. Once we get the new perspective shift, we're going to be moving forward in a different way. We're not going to be forcing as much, right? Knight of Swords, Eight of Cups, Knight of Wands in reverse. Yeah? Okay, that feels very succinct. Let's keep it pushing. If you want to check out any of the decks I'm using, they can be found in my Amazon storefront. What else do we have for this collective? We're going to move on to an action plan. And then I heard that we need to get into the love life. But what's the action plan for this first general portion? Please and thank you. There's a lot of fiery energy here. There's a lot of fiery energy here. So we have... I'm sorry, it's kind of noisy outside my neighborhood. My window's open. I'm not sure if you can hear like the dogs barking or something. But what was I saying? Yeah, the Death card in reverse followed by the Queen of Wands in reverse. Oh my gosh. There's this sense of control with the Ace of Wands and the Four of... You see how we have all this fire energy? The Death card, you know, it's not necessarily fire energy. It's connected to Scorpio and Pluto. But even with this deck, there's fire. There's like the burning down and the transmutation process, like I was saying before. But the Queen of Wands, Ace of Wands, Four of Wands in reverse, all but the Empress in the middle. There's this softness that wants to come through. There's this receptivity that, like, you know, once we're able to be a little easier on ourselves and on the world and not feeling like we have to force ourselves into the ground. And then there's something like she's looking outside the window and looking at nature, right? She's looking at nature and they're talking about the natural pace of things, like the natural order and the natural pace of things. And once we're able to be in alignment with that, there's like emotional peace. There's emotional peace and there's a breakaway from this tired energy that we're dealing with, right? There's a breakaway from this need to control, to have all the facts, to have all the information, right? Where we're just doing things slowly. What is it? What is that energy? We're doing things slowly, but there's not a need to see immediate results or immediate satisfaction. Right. Right? Hierophant in reverse, Page of Swords in reverse, Two of Swords in reverse. Right? With the Hierophant, again, this is like discipline. This is discipline. This is being willing to sacrifice. This is being willing to learn, and things take a long time. Taurus energy, again, connected to the planet of Earth and slow things. Page of Swords in reverse. This is quick information. Information coming in quickly. You get the answers that you want. And there's also this incessant questioning. Is it working? Is it working? Is it working? Are you popping up? Are you popping up? Are you popping up? Are you doing what you said you were going to do? It's kind of annoying. It's kind of annoying, right? And from that place, we want to make mature decisions, but that's just not what it is. We want to act like we're the King of Swords. Oh, we just need more information. Oh, we just need to do this. Or we just need to do that. We want to say we're behaving as the King of Swords, but there's actually like this perception of this actual like perceived reality. You're actually the Page of Swords, and you don't know what to do because you're trying to do it on your own. You're trying to do it on your own, right? Hermit card in reverse, which takes us back to our Empress card. When and how and where are you asking for help? What type of help are you receiving? What did I just hear? I'm not always there when you call, but I'm always on time. And I gave you my own. Now, baby, be mine. That's Ashanti and Ja Rule, I think it is. I'm not always there when you call. And I feel like that's what I'm hearing from the Most High, right? That like we ask for things and the Most High doesn't show up when we want the Most High to show up, but the Most High always shows up on time, right? What else do we have? What else do we have? Can you get it? Was that the action plan? Is there a succinct action plan? Okay. Look, we got some of the same cards, but now they're upright, right? Three of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. This is just a slow process, right? The Three of Swords, it's like, it is an air sign. Is the swords, is the suit of like air energy. And it could be a little quicker. But child, I'm just getting, it's not, let me turn this light up some. Here we go. The sun's starting to set. But right, the Three of Swords is connected to Saturn and Libra energy, right? And Saturn is the Lord of time. Seven of Pentacles, like journaling. And then even when we look into this card, she's looking at these little droplets coming from the science experiment with all these Seven of Pentacles. And this is thinking about what's working, what's mixing, what's not working, what's going on. And I'm feeling the need to like free ourselves of the mental bondage. Free ourselves from the mental bondage of this process. Wow. Wow, that energy feels really good. There's like freeing ourselves from the mental energy of this bondage, of this constant watching, of this constant evaluation, of this constant being on top, of this constant having to check in to see what's working, what's not working. A certain amount of that is healthy, but like the divine is saying with your emotions, yes. With some of your physical manifestations, girl, you don't need a daily check-in. With some of your romantic relationships, you don't need a daily check-in. Girl, once a week is enough. You know what I mean? And then even the check-in is like, there's the deciding factor of like, you deciding, taking me back to that Two of Swords we saw in reverse. Like, this is working, this is not working. Girl, you ain't let it ride enough for you to know if it's really going to work or not. It ain't been a full moon cycle. It has not been a full moon cycle. So moving on to this Queen of Wands and Four of Wands, there's this feeling of having fun and trusting the process and being on the journey and enjoying the exploration that is going down and enjoying all of that before having to make a decision about what's working, what's not working, what needs to be cut off. Because this Seven of Pentacles is really heavy, right? Tower card. This could be just like cutting things off too early, or like blowing up the ship, or destroying the project, or destroying the aspiration way too early. Yes, my loves? Okay. Now we're going to check in with the love life, because the Divine said they wanted to do a love reading. Excuse me, Truth Bird. Is it hot? Is it steamy? Is it icy? Is it cold? Anything regarding our love's life you would like to be told, I'm here to deliver. What information regarding our love lives do we have for this collective? Some of the same cards are popping up. Judgment card in reverse. Hierophant. Some of the same cards are popping up, but this actually feels like quite the opposite, right? Funny how the Divine wanted to bring this up, because with the Judgment card in reverse, or the Hierophant upright, in the last reading, these two cards showed up in the opposite position with the Judgment card upright. And the Hierophant in reverse, I'm just getting a little bit that, like, sometimes when it comes to our love life, our judgment is telling us to go. Our judgment is telling us to leave. But part of us, we want to ride through. We want to sacrifice. Some of us may be seeing repeating vibes. Some of us wants to go the hard route. You know what I mean? I want to try with my love. You know what I mean? If it's difficult, I don't mean fighting a little bit. But the Divine is like, no, this feels easy. It should be quick and it should be easy. It should be a quick, easy decision. The Divine is saying too many of us, we sign up for the sacrificial, for the disciplined, for the hard route, and things that it doesn't need to be, right? And then they're showing me, right, with our physical manifestations, with our jobs and our careers, they're showing me this pentacle. The pentacle needs time. The pentacle needs a season. The pentacle needs 3 or 4 moon cycles, I'm hearing. You know what I mean? But with our love lives, what is it? The moon phases don't take that long. Again, that's our emotions. That's our intuition. You know what I mean? On a day-to-day basis, that should be quick. That should be easy. That stuff should be tied up fairly and easy. And there's just this dichotomy of wanting the pentacles to be easy and quick, and wanting the emotions to be long and arduous, which is low-key the opposite. Like the physical manifestations in our careers and the money that we're building, it should be like a tree that gets built, it's planted, it's watered, it's nurtured. You have regular check-ins, but doing a daily check-in ain't really going to give you nothing, because you can't see no progress over a day. But the relationships, you can see progress on day to day to day. Too many days go by where you're not receiving a response back from the text messages. Too many good days go by where you're not, you know what I mean, getting to some type of resolution with your arguments and whatnot. Too many days go by where it's just like you not pouring good energy into one another. Girl, yeah, that's the issue. It just kind of feels like there's this switch up, right? Gemini, the twins, like this kind of seems like the twins are applying the energy in the wrong places. Anything else regarding our love lives, please and thank you? I don't know if y'all can hear them dogs outside, but it sounds crazy. Those might have been humans screaming and hollering. I don't know. But the 7 of... Take this with a grain of salt, girl. Because some of this feels like it's for me, and I'm feeling a little activated right now. Right, but with the 7 of Swords, this is just like information that is hidden from you. Information that is kept from you, right? And the Star card and the Ace of Cups and the 6 of Wands, this is all about having a hopeful and a positive perspective about the future this feels really funky. So you know what I mean? I don't even really feel like it lined up, but if it don't apply, let it fly. Right? But having a good perspective and a hopeful perspective about the new emotional feelings and the emotional transmutations, like the soulful transmutations, somebody is giving you a gift of a perspective of a emotional feeling. You know what I mean? Or just an outlook on the world. But I'm getting that you don't need to connect with that long term. Temperance card in reverse, Two of Cups in reverse, right? The fact that they gave you this perspective for the future on what it is you desire, what you want, what a successful relationship is going to be for you, and how easy it should be, that is enough. Temperance card, Two of Cups in reverse, and again, there are cups here, right? Repeating fours might be important. There's not that many cards with like two cups in them, right? But they're sitting next to each other right now with the Temperance card in reverse and the Two of Cups in reverse. If you're not getting the information or the insight that you need, you may not need to work with them. They may have given you what it is that you already need and desire. They may have given you what it is that you're already supposed to take from that situation, right? But just because you had this beautiful date or this successful instant or moment on the first day or the second day or even the third day, if days 4, 5, and 6 they're not giving what it's supposed to give, let it go. You know what I mean? There's like everything that feels good doesn't need to turn into a blossoming situation, and that is such like a beautiful lesson, right? Because like sometimes like our relationships, they have timelines on them, and sometimes the timeline is 3 days. You know what I mean? Yes, my loves. And something doesn't have to be wrong. Something doesn't have to be wrong. It doesn't have to be anybody's fault. Sometimes you were just meant to cross paths for a brief moment, and that is okay. That is all right. Was that the action plan? Channeling is so much, right? Was that the action plan? Any action plan for our love lives, please and thank you. Look at that. I know y'all be seeing me. And this is kind of like the flip side of that, right? This kind of feels like, I don't know if this feels like a warning, but Nine of Cups, Five of Cups. If it's not working, the Temperance card, it's about a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's about mixing and alchemy and transmuting like emotional and spiritual energy from multiple dimensions, right? And these cards are just showing me that some of us, when it comes to our love lives, there's this mental control. There's this mental control. Some of us, we want to crack open the cookie jar a little more forcefully than we should, if you know what I'm saying. But it's like we're working with these elements. We're working with these elements because there's a mental perception. There's a mental perception. Right. There's a mental perception of like what we think something should be or what we think is going to work for us. Or even we just want somebody who's really hot and really fine to crack open our cookie jar. Right. But we're mixing sorrow. We're mixing loss. We're mixing desperation. We're mixing dissatisfaction. And the divine is saying this isn't necessarily a bad thing. Right. I'm getting that they're saying that this is just some of the energy that's going around in the collective. I know Mars is conjunct Chiron, which is physical, which is sex, which is bodily, but it's also dissatisfaction, it's hurt, it's wounding, it's places that need to be healed, it's loss, it's self-deprecating. Maybe not, but that's the word that came out. Right? What else do you have for us? But there's this mixing of this energy, and part of me wants to say that we don't have to mix. Ten of Cups. Part of me wants to say that we don't have to mix these things up, but it's just a part of the process. What else do you have for us in our love lives coming up in the month of June? What is this action plan? Again, Devil card, Devil, Death card, Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Swords. So what I'm getting is that the mixture of all these energies, they are going to be contributing. At the mixture of all these energies, they will be contributing to, and then I'll stick this here. These energies, they will be contributing to, and this is another good card. Okay. All these energies, they will be contributing to our Ten of Cups, right? All these energies, this mixing here and there, they will be contributing to our Ten of Cups, right? But we have to do it from a place where we understand that we are the Queen of Pentacles. We know what we deserve. We know what we want. We know what the type of person who is going to go the distance. I will find my way. I'm sorry about that. I can go the distance. Right, and there's these mixing of energies of what's not worth it, what is not enough. The mental anguish, getting tied up in this. Don't get tied up in this. It's very funny. What was I saying? The energy's a little all over the place. I'm sorry. But to try to pull it back together, there's like this frustration, this pain, this sorrow, the things that we think that we need, the things we want to control, the wanting to have the sex, the death and the transmutation of it all. And there's strength and fortitude within all of these energies that needs to be transmuted. Right? The divine is saying that these energies need to be transmuted. These energies need to be brought together. These energies are being brought together to change our perspective, to have an emotional catalytic moment on our souls, on our beings, so that we can stay in alignment with the Queen of Pentacles of what it is we deserve and what our happily ever after is. Right? But some of us were having a hard time because we want to, it feels very physical plane, where we want to stay in our minds, or we want to stay in our emotions of what's going on, right? Where we feel very grounded in the physical pain of the frustrations and the emotional turmoil that's going on, right? But on the back end, in the spiritual realms, again, multi-dimensional transmutation, these energies are being brought together to strengthen us, to help us go the distance and to know what it is that we deserve, what we need, we value. I hope that makes sense. That was like a lot of energy. And I feel like I just need to say it again, right? Whatever this emotional frustration is and whatever the mental frustration is, right? These are being brought about in the physical realm, but in the spiritual realms, the energies that are being born in us from this situation, they're being transmuted in a different realm to help us attract and manifest what it is that we're looking for, right? So I'm getting that isolation is very important, again, with the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck, right? It's hidden. Hell, it's hidden from me right now. It's a little mysterious. Ooh, Chile. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone. Y'all sit with that one. That was a lot. Let me get us some oracle cards. I just saw 2222. I'm gonna pull some from this deck. I'm gonna pull some from this deck. And from this one. Okay, cool. Let's start here. So this is the Rose Oracle. Hello, ancestors, spirit guides, and angels. Thank you for listening to this. Get an oracle card from the Rose Oracle, please. Was that the one that was on the bottom of the deck? I could be wrong. That might have been the one that just needed to come out. But I shuffled the cards, and I feel like y'all saw. Can you get some oracle cards from Love Notes from the universe, please? Oracle deck. Is it too dark? Will y'all let me know if it's too dark? It doesn't seem terribly dark, but it kind of seems, you know, a little moody. And then one more, please and thank you. Okay. Conclusions are within reach. We'll start here with the Mystic Rose. Compassion, devotion, humility, humanity, and grace. Let me see. There we go. The rose was a symbol of the goddesses of old. So it's no wonder that when Christianity absorbed large portions of the indigenous Celtic traditions in Europe, the mother goddess Mother Mary became associated with the rose. Perhaps the reason Mary is so beloved is because she was the only mother goddess who could be worshipped safely, and as such, carries with her the devotion and the yearning of all those who long to worship the goddess in a feminine form. Mary's connection with the rose is seen in some of her titles, including Rosa Mystica and the Rose Without Thorns. Like those of the pagan goddesses before her, the processions that honored Mary involved walking on rose petals. The church altered the stories of the goddesses past, including those that featured roses, such as Aphrodite turning the white rose red with her blood, putting Mary in the goddess's place. Churches were erected all over Europe and beyond, and in many cases on the site of Celtic temples and places of goddess worship. Many had beautiful rose windows in the west, the direction of the feminine, in dedication to Mary, the mother of the rose. This is a card of compassion, devotion, and grace. It encourages us to soften toward humanity and to endeavor to see the world, and even those who have hurt us, with understanding, an open heart, and deep humility. To see that we all carry hurt and are wounded. We have all experienced severing. Mother Mary is inviting you to open your heart to humanity when you most want to close. And then the journaling or meditation prompt is, how are you being called to show compassion today? Yeah, I do want to say that like softness, I added that essence, you know what I mean, to say a prayer for like softness in one of my spiritual baths the other day, and good God, you know what I mean, I can't recommend it enough. It was absolutely wonderful and beautiful, and like if you have the opportunity to do one and to call in the energy and the vibration of feminine softness, girl, please do it. Right? They choose you. You might not readily believe this. Let me get this angle right. It might even spook you a bit, but there are those who chose this very lifetime, in large part knowing you'd be there. Now that's what we call a reputation. Hugs the universe. With this card, it's taking me back to the love reading and just like the people that you love, the people you want a relationship with, they're going to choose you time and time and time again. There's going to be this consistent, right? When I was talking about that emotional day to day, emotionally, even though every day might not be easy emotionally, every day they're going to choose to come to you and to work with compassion, to be in a relationship and choose to figure it out. Every day, not just some days. And then I go where you go. Tell me, are you finding that occasional stranger has a crush on you? That for words you've almost mindlessly chosen, hearts broken too long begin to heal? That eyes sometimes well up with tears when it's time to say goodbye? Remarkable, our findings exactly. Psst, your divinity is showing. The universe. Like, this is like... Girl, I'm feeling this. So girl... I'm feeling this. Again, so like going back to that love reading about, and I feel both of these. Like there's the souls who meant to have a specific moment with us that they didn't choose us every day. They chose us just those 3 days I was talking about earlier. And that the words that they've chosen and the words you shared with this person, it heals you. It helps you. You know what I mean? And then sometimes it's time to say goodbye. Yeah. Oh gosh. The divine has a way. The divine has a way. Yeah. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. Again, take these with a grain of salt. Y'all know I say all the time, if it don't apply, let it fly. Let me see what page this is on. Full moon eclipse. The full moon eclipse, and just like that, a door slams shut. If you pulled this card out, it suggests that the situation you're asking about is about to reach a peak, or it has just done so. and things are now out of your hands. What you're experiencing now is what your soul signed up for, a way for you to learn and for your soul to evolve. So allow events to unfold and be easy on yourself if you're letting go of someone or something. Know that it's the right time, as hard as it might be. Forgiving someone for what they did could be the key to resolving the situation in a positive way. It doesn't make it right. It doesn't make right what they did, but it releases it so that you can move on. Attuned to the moon. That which is meant for me will not pass me by. Ashe. Additional meanings for this card. Doors which slam shut will not reopen. It's time for you to get back on track. Forgiveness will set you free of karma. Meditation, pranayama, and yoga nidra are all recommended now. Seed control and let events unfold. And then the teaching. Full moons are nearly always about climaxes and very often about conclusions. Full moon eclipses are the same, but on steroids. A full moon eclipse can be hard to handle because it purports change, something many of us are uncomfortable with. But change is a part of life, and this card, no matter when you pull it, reminds you of that fact. Full moon eclipses can also give us a glimpse into what Carl Jung called the shadow self. Work with your darkness. Yes, my loves? Okay, that's all I have for you. Yeah. Please take some time with your ancestors, spirit guides, and angels, to journal, to decompress, all that good stuff. Thank them for allowing me to deliver these messages to you. Let me know what resonates down in the comment section. Follow me for more videos like these. And yeah, I just love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Don't forget that, like, if you want to get these at the top of the month, you can subscribe to my Patreon. That link can be found in the description bar. But that's all I have for you. Until next time, this is XOMO.